everything working right? It looks like it is. Go into our jet save. I had this all opened up earlier, but it's alright. I'm gonna try to get done with season. Oh, this is not the right save file. I must not have hard saved it. It must be under an autosave. Would it be this one? Be this one, right? Nope. That's the Rams one I was messing around with. There it is, Jets autosave. Some of these aren't labeled for some reason. But I have to get my stuff shared here, guys. And for those of you that are new, there is a Discord invite in the description box. That invite should allow you to just jump right into my Discord server. And then you'll be able to see when I go live, you'll be able to chit chat with me and all the people I play with, and we all hang out in there and kind of just chill. And then if you guys have any of the games that I play, you can feel more than free to, if you see us in one of the open lobbies, you can join in with us. And play games. I have a few more. Most of the games that I play, you'll see like on the channel, all the games that I normally end up doing on here. I think there's a few that I haven't played in a while that I do still have. So anybody that has a PC that would love to join the group and hang out and chill, you're all more than welcome to join. Like I said, that Discord invite should not expire, but if somebody ends up not being able to join, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll make sure I get a new Discord invite all set up so that way you guys are able to get back in. Or able to get in. It's nice to hear from you guys and hang out with some of you and see some of the stuff that you guys play and do. But we are taking on the New England Patriots. I had some technical problems the other day whenever I was streaming. So that's why the stream just kind of abruptly ended. And there's like no audio, I think, for like the last quarter of it. I had some mic difficulties. So take a quick gander at the team real fast. We are in the prove it year for Sam Darnold. Le'Veon Bell, Frank Gore, and AP, all as our running backs. AP got released. We picked him up just to have an extra veteran. I know a lot of our running backs are old, something we could possibly look at in the draft coming up. Jamison Crowder, Chris Hogan, and Denzel Mims are our starting wide receivers. Then CJ Mosley and Avery Williamson as middle linebackers. Marcus May as our safety. Troy Apke as a safety. I'm kind of tempted to switch him to corner. Just because of his size and his athleticism. But he is starting to develop a little bit. He's got pretty decent zone, pretty decent man, pretty quick. His tackling's around where it should be for a corner. So that's something we can think about for year 2. LaShawn Austin, Brian Poole, and Quincy Wilson. Their corners, Quentin Williams, David Harris Sr., Stephen McLidden, and Henry Anderson. All in our starting lineups here. So I'm pretty sure we played offense last time. We still haven't played a game of offense and defense against New England, and offense and defense against the Dolphins. We're only trying to get 4 wins. That's what we guaranteed. We went on the low end. I didn't see this Jets team performing very well with how our schedule was. They have a pretty hard schedule this year. It's mostly all playoff contender teams. So let's get into MetLife Stadium, and we are going to see if we can beat this Cam Newton-led New England Patriots team. I mean, I kind of like the little show-off show at the beginning, but there's a part of me that doesn't because you don't actually get to see them coming out. It's almost like a cheap out for EA to do it this way as opposed to making a new introduction scene. Now we're trying to convert the Jets back into a man coverage set. And what I might do is I might do a game of play the moments if we can't end up getting some of these wins that we need to get. Coaching adjustments. We're going to put our cornerbacks by overall. No, we're not. We're going to do it by depth chart. We're going to start out by depth chart, see how that goes. Saw the Jags release Leonard Fournette, and I'm kind of I'm not entirely sure what happened there. There we go. We get a sack right away on Cam Newton. DJ Mosley with his first sack of the game. We're hoping to be able to get in there more like that. We don't want Cam to have the ability to get out of the box. Get out of the pocket and scramble on us. We really don't want to give them the time to be able to run either. And a fumble to start the game. Eight interceptions this year so far by Donald, with only 14 touchdowns and only getting up to 2,000 yards so far. So Darnold really needs to pick his game up. All right, we come away with a touchdown. These blitzes seem to be working pretty well against this New England offense, so we're going to keep doing a few more of them. That's a run play, and he's going to get stuffed maybe about a 2-yard gain. Yeah, 2-yard gain. James White there. No touchdowns this year so far, or last week. I wasn't paying too much. I just saw no touchdowns, so I could have read those stats wrong. Avery Williamson there with a nice hit. Coach is talking to Darnold. Telling him, listen, man, you're on your last leg. We already got rid of Adam Gase. Now we're looking at possibly getting rid of you if you don't pick it up. The third down, probably going to be a pass. I'm going to put Harrison on a QB spy just to keep an eye on Cam. No, they're going to run it. And that's going to be a first. A lot of confusion in there. I couldn't get to the position that I wanted. I still like to be a middle linebacker. If I can at least shut down one route in the middle of the field, I'm pretty happy. I mean, they're not as overpowered as they used to be, which is nice. Because now you have to be a lot more specific with your users. Okay, they're running another 2 wide receiver set, so we're going to come out a zone blitz here. Rush the line. Ooh, and I could not get off of that corner quick enough. I kind of gave up on that play, which I shouldn't have. Bring in a safety blitz. That might be enough to throw them off. Oh, and I missed the tackle. Brian Poole does not. Brian Poole with a nice layout there. Julian Edelman not able to keep them locked up too long. This is definitely a pass. I come down to cover that underneath route as the tight end gets loose. The sack of the season there for, I think that was Harris. Cam trying to scramble. And Cam gets a few, but not quite enough for a first. It's going to be 4th and 7 at their own, or at the 43, and they're going to punt. And that is going to go. Ooh, tough starting spot for our offense. And the offense able to get it done. Just about getting Cam. Ryan Poole able to make that hustle down there to get him, and that's a loss of yards on that play. Allowing nothing today, guys. Defense is standing up. It didn't change difficulty level, because that was an issue that people were having with Madden, was it changed it. Nope, it's staying where it was. People were complaining that it would take it down to rookie difficulty a lot. Make sure that we get that hit stick so he does not move forward. That's a 4th and 3. That's another 3 and out for New England under Cam Newton, who actually is leading our division, so getting this win against New England is actually really big for us. And there was nowhere to go. I should have just fair caught it. We're going to see what the offense can put together here against New England. It's going to be a 3 and out, but we're still up 14-0, and they're at the 2. So I need to look for a very specific play here. And that's down at the 1. Let's flex on him, CJ Mosley. You are on fire today. Bring down the press. Squeeze this line up. Oh, and he gets out, and he should not have taken that shift over, though. He would have been able to go. He would have been gone if he didn't shift over. The wide receiver set. Ooh, and I get bounced off there, so I couldn't get in. But we still ended up making the stop there. They only made it out to the 6, so that should give us really good field position for our offense. Bailey with the punt. Jamison Crowder for the return. We're going to fair catch that. There's a few people just a bit too close. We are at the 50-yard line for the offense to come out and take over. Le'Veon Bell this season, 120 rushes, 600 yards, but only 2 touchdowns. So Le'Veon Bell might be another piece that we might want to look at replacing. And that's another touchdown for us. Offense really clicking today at home. Good home game for them. I had the middle of the field covered there with their only guy they had out there. Look at Darnold getting all excited over here on the sideline that we have the lead against New England. Cam Newton throwing it out of that sack. Heavy pressure on Cam there. All right, we got Sean Austin actually playing in the middle linebacker spot, so that'll give us a little bit better change of direction there. And that's Mohamed Sanu. Is that Sanu? That might have been. I'm not entirely sure who 14 is for New England. I want to look real quick. I feel like that's Mohamed Sanu. Yep. Mohamed Sanu for that first down. See what they put together here. They've got to get down the field to try to get some sort of points. I missed a tackle there, but DJ Mosley coming in. They're going to burn their first of their 3 timeouts. And a nickel formation here. Ooh, and almost intercepted by CJ Mosley there on his own. He had a chance and dropped the ball. Let's go ahead, run some man coverage. They might run it on this one. It is 3rd and very short. Forward progress is behind the line, and that is a stop. That is another stop against this New England Patriots team. We will take those all day like we have been. Boy, Apke not really able to make the tackle like we'd want, but he ended up pushing him back. I know I could have called a timeout here, but I just want to get into the half, get the clock wound down. All right, so our offense just has to take 3 seconds off the clock into the half. They do not score on the opening possession, but they are at the 7-yard line, so I'm not afraid to bring a little bit of pressure in here. By little, I mean a lot. Oh, and Cam with that maneuvering in the pocket. Good footwork by Cam Newton. Recognizing the blitz, getting out into the open to be able to throw the ball. We were still in mid-formation shift, too, whenever that all started. Good tackle there by Marcus May. They're going to run it for a first down, and they get it. 18. I feel like I should have brought a little bit more pressure off that play, but I didn't want to give them something big down the field. We've been running a lot of blitzes anyway, as it is. And not able to hold on to the ball. Cam just gets it out before I get there. We got Sean Austin back in the middle linebacker spot again. So like I said, I really kind of like having the corner there. It gives me that change of direction, which is a new stat that they put in for Madden this year, is a change of direction. Now that they've got a few patches out, and that's a nice sack there. Jordan Jenkins. Although we did just get an injury on Anderson, so we just lost an edge rusher. At least for a little bit. Before we start our next set of drive, I'm going to look and see how long he's out for. Jamison Crowder on the return. Can't quite get the spin move off. Can I check it really quick? Yeah, we'll check it here before we get into the next set of snaps. Something up with his shoulder, so he might come back. It doesn't say exactly what. Offense runs, but we don't even get the field goal. We'll have to take a look back at that and see what happened there. Ooh, and I even whiffed that tackle. Troy Apke coming in with a good hit. Shoulder strain. We'll go ahead and sub him out. lot of press coverage in this place, guys. Cam scrambling with it, getting about 5 yards. And now Cam Newton's legs are starting to work. We got to really keep an eye out on Cam. He's starting to feel the pressure. We got CJ Mosley back there in the back. That's like his 4th or 5th tackle for loss. His 3rd tackle for loss. I thought he had one more than that. But we're going to take it all day. We're going to bring McLidden into a QB spy in case Cam decides to try any funny business here. And he is, and Cam slides, but he was in the open field. I'm not quite sure why he slid. It did not look like he should have. Back to return again, and we didn't even get a block. That was actually a really bad animation on behalf of EA. This last patch did help a little bit with the gameplay, from what I felt, at least for offense and defense. Le'Veon Bell just not doing much for us. Only 2 touchdowns, not even a 1,000-yard season, and we are back on defense after a very quick 3-and-out. I do not believe Madden's going to be an accurate representation of how the New England Patriots are going to play this year. I think Cam Newton just brought them a little bit more life than what people are giving it credit for. I don't know if I can catch Mohamed Sanu, and I just barely get the shoelace tackle, and he got a good rip of yards on us, though. Making me feel a little more hesitant about running the blitzes. It looks like they're starting to pick up on them, because we've been running them so much, so I think we need to back off with the, off of blitzing a little bit, but we're probably not going to. A good stop there. We're ranking 29 in yards allowed, so our defense hasn't even been performing spectacularly in through the sim, which I didn't expect this team to perform that well. What I should have done was traded Avery Williamson at the beginning of the season. They could have got a little bit of trade capital or probably a different player out of him. Because I don't want to re-sign him. He is on the last year of his deal this year. So I'd much rather keep somebody like CJ Mosley, who has a little bit more athleticism in my opinion than what Avery Williamson does. Ooh, nice breakup by Troy Apke there. I do need to change Troy Apke's number because he's running 24, and I know for a fact 24 is a retired Jets number. This is a 4th and very short. Now they're changing their formation. I'm going to crunch this line up. And that is a touchdown. Julian Edelman. First reception for Julian Edelman today, and it's for a touchdown. We've kept him pretty well shut out up until this point. Let's see what the offense does. We turn around and score. I'm going to run this 3-man deep, but I'm going to bring our guys inward. We'll have our 3 safeties back deep back there. Oh, and if I would have been paying enough attention, instead of looking over to chat to see if any of you lovely people have said anything to me, I would have got that ball. Gonna throw it to the underneath there. Not going to quite get them a first down, so we're going to bring some pressure. We let Cam get comfortable there for a minute. And there is CJ Mosley with his first interception of the day. Really weird running animation there. But we got the pick. Cam was just throwing that to us. Lev Bell still with no touchdowns today. I want to see where Sam Darnold's sitting at here. I'm wondering if we've thrown all of our TDs. We're up 31-7. I just want to take a quick glance. 2 touchdowns. So, if it's 2 touchdowns, then who got the rushing? Frank Gore got our rushing touchdown. Which is kind of what we have him here for, is just a big bruiser power back. Take some of the strain off of Lev Bell. And that's a sack. And there's Blashawn Austin with a touchdown, and that's going into the end zone for a pick 6. Beautifully positioned. I think we're good at this point to sim to the end of the game. Cam Newton with 2 back-to-back interceptions. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the game. We've done what we can do to shut them down, or shut them out, only allowing 1 score for New England. So I'd say that's a pretty darn good day for us. Now I think we go to Miami. 216 yards to the air, 130 yards on the ground with 3 takeaways. 1 being a fumble recovery and 2 of them an interception. 1 by Blashawn Austin, 1 by C.J. Mosley. I think C.J. Mosley is going to be looking at Defensive Player of the Week possibility. But our offense just popped off today. Which is a very good start for us. We got quite a bit of Coach XP that we could spend. I'm kind of waiting to see what I want to spend it on here in the off season. Maybe some players signing through free agency parts. Definitely want your pass protection up a little bit here. Get the rookie. See if he... Oh! Superstar. So we finally have a superstar on our team. I feel like I saw that last episode, but I'm not 100% sure. We only need to get 1 more win for our season guarantee. Clay Matthews is able to return from injury, but we're going to go ahead and keep Frankie Love in here. Clay Matthews was just kind of a veteran signing to help him out. Breakout player. Is it Quentin Williams? It'd have to be. Hold the Dolphins to 75 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, or get Quentin Williams 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 2 tackles for losses, or 2 sacks. So we want to look into D tackles because I know our D tackle spot is actually getting rather aged. I'm going to go ahead and scout some of them, and we want to scout some offensive linemen because we do not have the greatest O-line. What we're probably going to do is play offense against Miami this first go-round, and then we come back and play Miami a second time. Now, if we beat Miami this first go, I'm probably going to sim the rest of the season. Just so we can get to the end of our first year, get into free agency, get into the draft, and then probably end the stream. I know that these episodes are a little bit shorter than I normally try to make them. I want to look at my negotiations, because just about everybody that's ready to negotiate should be up. Pure Desire, I wouldn't mind bringing back, but I think I'd rather bring back Brian Poole, just because he's a little bit younger. He has more upside potential still. He's going to take that offer? We could offer Frank Gore, but I feel like Frank Gore is probably going to retire. Chris Hogan wouldn't be terrible. I'll wait until after the Super Bowl for him. Quincy Wilson wouldn't be a terrible re-signing just to have an extra corner. We already have. Josh Bellamy is on IR, so we're not bringing him back. Frankie Love, I think we'll bring back. We're going to bring back Brett Maher, our kicker, because he has really good kick power, so he should be good for us. I mean, he's 30 years old, but he's a kicker. Damian Harrison, we're probably not going to bring back. Clay Matthews, we're not going to bring back. Joe Flacco is a possibility as a backup quarterback, depending on how much we can actually get him for. Paul Butler, quite possibly. He's a local guy for me. Grew up around the same area that I grew up. So let's go ahead and play our offensive play against the Dolphins. We're actually in Miami. And I know that their defense should be a little bit better than what I'm expecting. I think that's where most of their players are, besides Tua. And I do like the fact that the loading time for this game is much quicker than it has been in previous Maddens. What's going on here? There we go. So we're going to go into our formations, and we're going to start out in the gun as we always do, trying to get Le'Veon Bell at least another touchdown today. In the rain, so it might actually be a little bit easier to run the ball as opposed to throwing it. Yeah, he had over 100 yards last week and just could not get the score. Want Lev on that side. I'm gonna flip this. We're gonna run this counter. There we go. There we go, Bell. Nice run. 11 yards on that one. Oh, it was a gain of 21 yards. My bad. I went really dyslexic. We're going to go for a deep play action pass now. We've run twice. Bell's still on the field, and we're running out of the exact same formation. That might catch them a little off guard. I would like to get it to Denzel Mims. That was a really weird, laggy animation there. I'm not quite sure what happened. I don't know if it lagged on your guys' end, but it definitely lagged on my end. Some weird, funky things happening. And Le'Veon Bell getting another first down. Being a bit of a workhorse so far in this first quarter. Not running out of stamina quite yet. He's starting to get a little fatigued. Like I said, the goal is to try to get him a touchdown this game. Doesn't have to be in the first drive, but we are going to dump him down a screen pass, which might get him out into the open field enough to get in there. Which it looks like we are in with Le'Veon Bell. It's not a rush, but it is a touchdown for him nonetheless. Showing his worth, trying to make sure that he stays relevant here for this team, besides just being a carrier. It was a perfectly executed screen. See what Miami does down the field. Our defense does not stop Miami. They answer very quickly. But let's try this read pro. Crowder's probably going to get open. Nope. Oh, okay. I apparently did not read that right. I thought if I just... Okay. Oh, illegal forward pass. That was my bad. I thought I was still behind the line. I was going to take off up the middle. I wanted to hand it off to Bell. But I accidentally, I think, held on to it a wee bit too long. I think I'm supposed to hold the A, or hold the button to... Oh, that's not good. We had a slip. And that's an interception. Under pressure and inaccurate as it gets. So Miami now in a position to take the lead. And they are going to capitalize. And Sam Darnold not resisting that pressure very well. Behind the center here. Get Bell up for another first down. 5 rushes, 46 yards so far, and a passing touchdown reception. Touchdown reception. There we go. Mims is not going to get over him, but Chris Hogan very well could, but he's not. Darnold to Bell. Bell sheds the first guy, gets taken down by the second. But a first down nonetheless, keeping Le'Veon Bell very heavily involved. Chris Hogan open in the middle of the field. And that is a first down. Moving the ball down the field. Trying to answer to Miami from their interception touchdown run there. Nice little 12-yard run by Bell, 11-yard run by Bell. He's over 50 yards now on the day. I'd love to get him in for another rushing touchdown, but he's starting to get fatigued. We're going to bring in Frank Gore, and we're just going to gun him right up the gut. Bring in our big guy. And we have an injury. Van Rotten injured. I'm pretty sure that's one of our offensive linemen. Well, that might be a tight end. We're going to look for Paul Butler. We're going to try to get him a touchdown here. Not going to happen. That's a bad throw. I thought Crowder was a few steps back. That's our starting right guard. Ankle bruise. We'll go ahead and let him sit for a little bit. No point on trying to overextend it here. It's not like we're trying to make a playoff push. We are trying to just get our win goal and call it a season. Get out as healthy as we can. Bell for the first down, stretching forward after that hard hit. I'm gonna run this inside zone again here. Just trying to find a weak spot in their defense. Le'Veon Bell not quite able to make it. But possibly if we run him up for a gut check, he might make it in. I'm hoping so. We've got a little bit of daylight, but Bell cannot power forward. He's going to lose a yard on the play there. And that's going to bring up third. I'm going to switch our formation a little bit. We got to keep Bell out here, though. We want that. We want him getting that touchdown. He needs to get it. Just a little fatigued. Not too bad quite yet. And he's going to get into the end zone. That is a Le'Veon Bell touchdown there. So now he's got 3 rushing touchdowns on the season. And now it's a tie game at the end of the first quarter. Miami going to take it back down and get a field goal. So we're going to try some sneaky play action here. Seeing if we can possibly catch them sleeping. Denzel Mims doesn't bring it in. We haven't been passing a whole lot this game. We do need to pass a little bit, mix the game up. We got Bell actually out here in the flat. We got Crowder. Get a few yards here. Don't want to force anything too big. Just these quick snap and release plays will keep us alive. Still got the whole second quarter counting down here. That's Hogan. No, Hogan doesn't move for the ball. And that's a second interception by Sam Darnold today. putting the Dolphins right back into scoring range. Chris Hogan just standing still for that ball, man. You got to move. They're up by 10. So now we got to really start playing some sneaky stuff here in our formations and subs. Over the screen pass here. Le'Veon Bell with the reception gets the first. We're going to run a hurry-up offense here. We need to start getting some yards in a little amount of time. Chris Hogan come in with this one. No, he cannot. I think we're going to pull Chris Hogan out if he keeps this up. He hasn't really been producing for us here. We're going to do this tight end attack. We're going to see if we can get Griffin open, because I don't see Jamison Crowder or Hogan getting open. We got to really rely on a tight end. If not, we're taking off. And we're going to get sacked. Didn't quite see that guy as I was rolling out of the pocket. I was hoping that the block would have been still there. So we're going to have to come out of the gun. I'm going to go into a shotgun formation here. Because we got to get something deep. I'm going to go for the smash screen. We're looking for Herndon on this play. And he's wide open and doesn't try for a catch. A third interception by Sam Darnold. So I think we're calling it a day for Sam. I think we're going to bring out Joe Flacco to try to save this game. Yeah, we're digging a hole, Herndon. I see you. So now we're down by 13. Joe Flacco needs to come out and try to see what we can do to maybe make a change here. And we're not going to get the block by Crowder there, so Flacco's first pass is for -3 yards. And we're down to the 2-minute warning, so we're going to be in hurry-up formation here at this point. So whatever formation I get is pretty much what we're going to have. I want to make sure I have a good set of personnel out here. I'm going to go for this 2-slot buck here. That's going to bring Bell out on this little out route. Bell wide open. Bell getting out of bounds. And a timeout being called by Miami. I'm going to guess that didn't count as out of bounds. I'm going to dump the screen off to Lev Bell. Try to get another first down here. He has been a big workhorse for us today, but Le'Veon Bell and Joe Flacco not really able to connect, with Flacco being hit on the sack. We're going to go ahead and pump this baby away here. There's no need to go for it. So back out on offense. This is going to be the first big drive here for Flacco. Flacco and Bell. Flacco being a veteran quarterback. Blitz coming in. Flacco throws to Crowder. Crowder in the wide open field. Crowder with a juke. Jamison Crowder down at the 6-yard line. Oh, I still have us in no huddle. And Le'Veon Bell not able to push past the line, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Oh, it was still the first half. I didn't know it was still the first half of the game. I thought we were in the second half. And Miami takes it down for another score. This game is way out of control. We've got to figure something out here. We're gonna go for these slants again. See if maybe we can rip off another big play for Jamison Crowder. Maybe get him down into the end zone here if they... And we're getting sacked. Nothing going for us here. Looks like we're going to lose to the Miami Dolphins. Neither of these quarterbacks really able to get anything going. If Crowder can beat that press there... And that's way off target there for Jamison Crowder, and he would have had it and been gone. So we're looking at a 3rd and 21 now. I mean, we're pretty much at a point where it's just garbage time stats. Maybe we can get Chris Hogan to beat that press coverage. He didn't actually press him. Joe Flacco has the arm, but does Chris Hogan have the hands? He does not. Chris Hogan not really bringing much in for us today. So I think we're just going to jump forward to the end of the game, let Joe Flacco finish it out. He can't do any more damage than what's already being done. Into the 4th quarter, we finally get a score. But all for naught, way too late in the game. And the final score here, 20-37. We beat New England coming in off that hot home win and just not able to capitalize on it. Had to pull out Sam Darnold, had to put in Joe Flacco. Sam Darnold, I think, once his rookie contract is done, I think next year's his last season with the Jets. I think we're going to have to get rid of Sam Darnold if he does not look like he's going to push forward for us. 3 interceptions. Granted, I was usering him, but there was a lot of inaccuracies there. Jamison Crowder with an upgrade. We'll go ahead and bump his slot upgrade here. I'm going to run to the bathroom, guys. I have this really bad habit that I don't have to go before I stream, but then as soon as I start streaming, I just really have to go to the bathroom. Alright, so we still have to play at least one more game this season. And win. We're probably looking at a pretty decent draft pick. At this rate, I do want to go take a look. A message from Clay Matthews. Got any plans for bye week? We're getting a little extra exit. No. You guys have not earned it. We are on such a losing season. You have to play harder. I think I just told them to take it off. Oh well. Maybe they'll come back and be recouped and ready to take on Miami at home. We had quite a few middle linebackers that we could have traded out, and I kind of feel dumb for not trading them out. And they're just pretty much going to walk. I'm going to get no value out of them. Still got Marcus May, though. Marcus May is in here for the long haul. 83 overall now, 27 years old. Still has some upside to him. Let's see what we got for scouting. We did look at QBs a little bit. Any of these guys, I think at this point, is an improvement over Sam Darnold. We're going to look at some of these runners. We want one of these elusive backs here. Wide receiver, I think will be okay. Tight ends, I think we're all right. Definitely still want to look into offensive linemen and see if maybe we can find somebody. And our first pick is at number 8. Our second one is at 16. So we actually have a good set of draft picks here. Should have a really good draft. Oga's back. We have our right tackle, our starting right tackle back. Clay Matthews back. Hopefully, when we play defense against Miami here, maybe we'll do a little bit better. Go ahead and scout our college players really quick. We're just gonna look into the rest of these as O linemen, which it looks like this draft class is pretty where they say they're gonna be at. And I have yet to look really at this draft class, at overalls, development trades, all of that. None of that stuff I've looked at. I just grabbed the draft class of a franchise player that I know that I watched that... Oh, we gave Miami their second win. That seems very New York Jets-esque. So we're going to go ahead and play defense this time. We're going to edit our uniforms. We're going to do the current alternatives. And my live playbooks aren't on, so I'm going to turn that on. That's going to give us a different playbook, I think, than the default sitting Madden roster playbook. So we are in MetLife Stadium. I don't see it being this full this year, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into this defense. See if we can beat Miami this week. Probably going to be a lot of running with Tua. So I want to make sure I keep my eyes on him. First pass is incomplete by Tua. So we're going to make play number 2 a blitz here because they're probably going to run it. There we go. Nice little stop. Only a 4-yard rush. They have to pass it for 6. We're going to run another blitz in here. But we're only bringing the O-line in, or the D-line in here. We have Clay Matthews back, so that's going to help the D-line quite a bit on that outside. But LaShawn Austin allowing a catch there by Parker. Billy Parker, I think, is who that is. So now we have to go through another set of downs. We're trying to get LaShawn Austin some development. He could be a good corner if we work on him enough. And we're going to stuff that run right where it began. A loss of a yard. Going to showcase a little bit of this blitz formation here. Bring CJ Mosley back just a touch. Marcus May with a nice tackle. And that's going to bring us up to a 3rd and 7. I'm going to watch these underneath routes here. I'm going to use Williamson here in this area. Watch for that running back to go. And that's Brian Poole with the allowed catch there. Brian Poole backing off a wee bit too far. We're going to do some coaching adjustments here. We're going to do cornerbacks by depth chart. And maybe that'll make a bit of a difference because our defense played spectacular defense against New England. And that's Clay Matthews with a tackle, reaching out there and grabbing him. I can't even remember who their running back is right now in Miami. Trying to get CJ Mosley off of him, and the under pressure of making the inaccurate pass. 3rd and 8. This is where we keep failing, are these 3rd downs. They keep converting on us. We want to make sure that we try to stop it as much as we can. We got a guy. There we go. Clay Matthews in for a sack. Showing that the wily veteran still has some play left in him. And that's going to force them to punt. They're not going to be able to convert this time. Let's see if we can get Crowder back here for some return yards. Should have done a juke instead of a spin, in hindsight. But here comes the offense. Let's see how Sam Darnold's looking now. Over 2,000 yards, but 11 interceptions. I know I did 3 of those this past week. But still, some of those I didn't do. And we're going to go 3 and out. Running to the outside here, and he's going to get stuffed up by Quentin Williams. I think that was... No, that wasn't Quentin Williams. I still haven't changed Troy Apke's number. Jenkins. There we go. Just a very small, short passing catch there. The fewer yards we allow, the better off we are. What coaches always say, right? Whoever gives up the fewest yards wins the game. Whoever scores the most points wins the game. So that's actually a really quick 3 and out. That's going to give our offense a good chance to take the lead. But it looks like Miami's defense wasn't just our kryptonite, but it's also the Sims kryptonite. Let's go ahead and juke into this way. And that's going to get us a few yards there for Crowder. And let's see if the offense can get anything going. They are going to get a field goal, which is better than nothing. I would have rather a touchdown. Let's squeeze that line together because it looks like this might be a run formation. And it was. I was thinking it was going to be in the middle. If I would have slid them off to the other side there, off to the left, I think we would have stopped it. Another 3 wide receiver set, but we're going to hit the end of the quarter. And all we got to do is just beat Miami this week. That's all we really need to do. John Austin in the middle linebacker spot. Gives us a really clean change of direction. It's 3rd and 1. We're going to run a man coverage with a lot of blitz here. I want to make sure that this line's squeezed tight. And that is an incompletion. Looks like the tight end was not expecting to get that ball because of how covered he was. There were 4 guys in that mix, and none of the 4 guys between ours or theirs could come up with that pass. Crowder with really no yards on that return. Still averaging just 6 yards per return. I kind of like this aspect of the punt game being a lot more nerfed than it was in previous years. And we get another field goal, so we're up by it. They have to at least score a touchdown to pass us right now. But it is a field goal game. as it stands. And Tua in trouble, and he is taken down. Jordan Jenkins. John Austin making a rotation in here. The linebacker spot. Troy Apke and Marcus May coming in for the breakup. So that makes it 3rd and 25. Make sure that our guys know it's definitely a pass. They've got a lot of yards to go. Marcus May with a hard hit there. And that's going to be well short of a first down. Tried to change direction. The spin might have actually been a little bit more efficient on that one. As it stands, we got a few extra yards. We should at least get into field goal range. And we did. Oh, man, Darnold, what are you doing? And we're going to stop that one before it ever really gets started. Why are you making me do such hard blitzes right here? We're going to run a zone, because we're not running that many guys into the box here. We should have. Nope. But CJ Mosley getting the tackle there. An option play. And Tua holding on to it was not the good option. So the game actually knew what it was doing. I did not. But we still got the stop. So now it's 3rd and 8. They haven't converted a 3rd down on us in a bit, so they're about due. I barely get them. And that's a 4th and inches. And they're actually going to punt it. This is a 4th and inches that I would go for. Inside of 2 minutes, I'd just give it to a back and just draw it right up the gut. And they cut me off there really good. There's really no return on that. Offense punting the ball themselves. They're going to call the first of their 3 timeouts there. Man, just breaking every tackle. A lot of that might have been my fault for the way I tried to tackle, but man, he just broke through just about everything. I want to try to get some pressure in here on Tua. I don't think he can handle pressure. He is a rookie quarterback. DJ Mosley coming in. And Avery Williamson coming in as well. And that's going to do it for the first half. We're up by 9. Just 3 field goals this whole game. Nothing super exciting. I would like to see what the stats are looking like yard-wise to see what our offense is doing. Just out of curiosity, 155 yards to the air and only 44 on the ground. Not too worried about seeing where everybody's standing. We're pretty much at the bottom of the barrel. Few teams underneath us, the Dolphins being one of them. Get Gore out to the side to help block. A guy down there that didn't even attempt to help. 2 extra yards for our offense. At this point, anything helps. They're just not getting anything clicking. And still don't get anything clicking, but the Dolphins are at the 3. Marcus May not being fooled on that play. He kept his eye out. Jamal who for us at this point? Marcus May just making a point that, you know, yeah, Jamal Adams was a star on our team, but he was there too. And that's going to knock them back to the 2-yard line. People just really playing for a contract right now on this defense, because that's where a lot of our contracts are expiring. CJ Mosley, not quite a safety. I thought we had it, but apparently he made it just far enough out that it's not a safety. I think the ball just barely got past the line for forward progress. We're going for a squeeze block. We're going to hope our guys can get in here to block this punt. And they cannot. Jamison Crowder is going to fair catch this ball. He's going to be at the 49-yard line. And we finally get a touchdown. The drought has been stopped this game now. That's a screen. Avery Williamson with not very good change of direction. Really slow linebacker. We'll see how Farley can do. Well, Sean Austin taking him out at the knees. So they're passing it all over us, which I think this is going to be the one where it's a run. We'll squeeze the line up. And he's just going to avoid CJ Mosley coming in for that big hit. The key to this Jets team seems to be that you need to throw blitzes all the time. Because if they can get pressure, just like any team though, if they can get pressure into the quarterback, it gets them uneasy. And if your quarterback doesn't have time to plant his feet, they're really not going to get that passing game going. Ooh, and a big hit by Marcus May there. Shedding off Williamson there. Off of that hit stick. So they're starting to really trot down the field. They're really trying to pull a fourth quarter comeback here. And that's a touchdown. And the offense is going to go 3 and out, but they're at the 7-yard line, but they do have a lot of wideouts on the field. We're going to bring in this press man coverage and hope that we're not getting fooled, and we are. But we're going to hit Tua. That's going to be a fumble recovered by Clay Matthews. Matthews gets up. Matthews extending. And that is a touchdown. New York Jets. Clay Matthews, the veteran guy, showing, you know, hey, I still got some moves left. I can still play this game. And the fancy slide in there. Just to put more punishment against Miami. We are back on defense right away. Ooh, and a nice hit there by Marcus May. He is looking like he's trying to be a reinforcer. Maybe get that dev trade up. Turn into an X Factor and have reinforcer on it. He hustles to the ball and he hits hard. They're just giving me the same play. Maybe it's because I'm using the live playbooks and there's not a lot of plays in it. And that's a throwaway. Marcus May just nowhere to throw the ball, so I think we figured out where we need to go now. Squeeze this line up here. Ooh, and Desire gets off. Here, Desire not able to keep up there. It's blown up.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Miami.
And there's a lot of confusion in that, but the only thing that's certain was that that was an incomplete pass. It's literally like giving me the exact same play. I'm gonna run this 3-3-5 version now. It'll give us more linebackers out. Marcus May with another big hit. They've thrown for 210 yards and a touchdown, so I can guarantee they've outthrown us, but they have yet to outscore us. And he's just going to grab onto that ball and fall. He does not want to take that hit. We need to start getting some pressure in there on Tua. That's a screen. I'm going to get blocked, but we got guys coming in. Desire coming in. Making this tackle, but it is now 1st and goal for Miami. There's a lot of time on the clock, plus 3 timeouts. This is another screen pass. And it's going to get sniffed out, and he's going to get downed by Quentin Williams in the sack. But we're going to call that blitz again. Just because if I can sneak my way in there with Mosley and they can keep enough. And they are down at the 1-yard line. And shedding off the tackle, they get in for a score, making it a 2-score game now. We just need to hold on to the ball, and we do, and we run down the clock running the ball. And that is another win. That's 4 wins for us on the season. We can simulate the rest of this season and get into at least free agency and see what we can pick up. They outthrew us by 10 yards, but we smoked them in running yards. We did not allow that run game to ever start. We stopped it before it began. And that is a good day for our defense. No touchdowns by Sam Darnold. I wonder who on our offense got the score. It was actually Le'Veon Bell. Frank Gore only got 1 yard off of 3 attempts, so way down under his average. Offense did not fire today. Offense did a very poor job against that Dolphins defense, so it wasn't just me. It is that Dolphins defense. And our superstar left tackle has an upgrade. Let's go ahead and make him an offensive line bully with that power upgrade. And our punter, he could actually use some accuracy. I don't know how his depth trait's not unveiled, because our punter's out on the field a lot. And actually, really fast, before I forget, thank you, chat, for reminding me. We need to change Troy Apke's number. because he is wearing... Oh, no, he's not. I thought he was wearing 24. I could have sworn I saw somebody back there wearing 24. I guess not. I know Marcus May's not. Alright, I guess we don't have anybody at the number 24. I could have sworn we did. But we can go ahead and let's just go week by week, I guess, and we will see how the team does for the rest of the season. I'm also going to turn on auto scouting. I only have this one custom draft class. I am going to go and see after this season if there are any more draft classes for C4 here, or if the TFG draft class has come out yet. Because I know his team's been working on things for Madden's. We are looking at the number 7 and number 10 picks. So Seattle apparently having a really down season, which is really good for us. Because they're not going to get much improvement because we have their first and their third this year, and I'm pretty sure we have a first next year for Seattle. We do want to look into middle linebackers. We're going to have to find some people to replace Avery Williamson. Let's get into our edge rushers because Harris is getting a little old. I wouldn't mind having a power rusher. Having some guy that can bully the O-line. It looks to me like that's where we're starting to kind of get an issue. We don't have any power guys. We have a lot of run stoppers, but nothing really in the means of hard power. We have raw power on our offense a little bit, and with us having 2 first-round draft picks, that's going to make a big difference on what we're going to pick up. So, X Factor QB, X Factor linebacker. We actually won another game. Got a little bit of momentum. We're still probably not going to make the playoffs. Josh Doxson with an upgrade here. We're going to go ahead and work on his physicality. That's what a lot of our receivers need. It also, actually, I might look into a few wide receivers come draft time because we do need some speed guys. Brian Poole apparently had gotten injured, but we're going to go ahead and start LaShawn Austin. He's going to make his starting run here and see if he can do anything for us. Clearly, we won the last game. And I know we're going to be going up against Jalen Ramsey this game, but we're not going to play it because we've pretty much got our 4 wins that we looked for. Now, next season's going to be the season we're going to try to make the big leap. This just going to tell us Brian Poole's injured? Yes. He just has an abdominal tear. He's only out for a game. We'll go ahead and let that ride. Let LaShawn Austin get his starting chance as the number 1 corner. We win 21-14. Brian Poole is back. LaShawn Austin getting an upgrade out of that game. And he's actually got a high morale right now. And with a nice little boost, his coverages are getting to be pretty good, guys. He might be a long-term corner for us. Jordan Jenkins also with an upgrade. And he could also be a long-term future for us. Our center with an upgrade, whom I'm pretty sure is a veteran. With a few wins now under our belt, we're actually starting to get a morale jump. He's 27 years old. He's still got some upside left in him. So we honestly could keep him around for another year or 2. And then worry about drafting an offensive lineman for that position later because he is feasible. But I'm going to be looking at the offensive line as who is the best player that's going to help us in the future. Sam Darnold getting an upgrade. We're going to go into a strong arm upgrade. I would like to get him a throw power, which we're not going to get. He got a deep accuracy, but we do need to get some throw power on him. Sitting only at an 88. That's not going to get that ball down the field for us. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at negotiations. I know there's a few players in here that I would not mind keeping. We'll just do it position by position. Joe Flacco's coming up. He's wanting a pretty decent sized contract for an aging veteran backup. Frank Gore and AP both. I'd rather probably keep AP, but I want to wait until after Super Bowl week. Wide receiver wise, we have quite a few wideouts going out. Perriman I think would be the one I would keep. He is a little bit quicker. Offer him something like this, which will make him sign. There we go. So we're going to keep him. The rest of these guys are pretty slow, not super physical. Chris Hogan being really the only one, but I'd rather see what his regression turns into. Paul Butler is a guy I would like to keep. Just on a 2-year small term deal. Not too worried about the backup left tackle. Our backup center wants a 2-year deal. I think we'll look elsewhere. Our backup right guard as well. Our backup edge rusher behind Quentin Williams. Actually, I think he backs up on the other side. I'll extend Damon Harrison. Oh, he wants big money though. Both of these guys do. We'll look and see what regression is when that comes up. Clay Matthews also wanting a really big 1-year contract, but I think I'll take Frankie Love. A little bit younger. I'd actually put him on more like a 4-year deal. That's going to give him enough time to develop and see where... Actually, no. Let's do a 3-year deal. Give him the time to develop. We're going to give him a pretty decent-sized offer and hope that maybe he'll fulfill something within that time. I'm still just not sure about Avery Williamson. He's not super quick, and he is 28 years old. I wish I would have traded him or Onwuasor. We have Blake Clashman that's going to be in there as well. Jordan Jenkins, whom I'm pretty sure we want to keep. He's been showing up. I see his name come up a few times. We'll give him a 3-year extension. And Jordan Wills I've seen come up a few times. These guys have been rotating out pretty good, but we're going to just keep Jordan Jenkins. And we can look into another outside linebacker for backup. All these guys are pretty slow. Not really what I'm looking for in a corner. Pierre Desire would be the only one, but he wants a really hefty contract for also an aging veteran. No safeties leaving. Our backup strong safety, we'll go ahead and let him walk. We're going to definitely bring back this kicker. He wants a 1-year. I'm more looking at like a long-term, like the Jets have problems keeping kickers. Let's give him a contract and keep him locked up. This is a really high contract for a kicker, and I'm perfectly okay with it as long as we have a good kicker. So that's going to keep us in the game because he definitely won us that last game. Let's go ahead and sim to the New England game. It'll be the only division game we are not playing this year. Denzel Mims getting an upgrade. Let's go ahead and give him some more physicality. He's one of those wide receivers that he really does need to work on those hands, and a little bit of his maneuverability, and he could be a great wideout. We do have an injury. Hairston is out. We lost to the Browns. Our end of the season record is probably going to be 8-8, which is actually a lot better than I figured we would have done. Looks like Buffalo had kind of fallen off the edge there. And we win again against Cam Newton's New England Patriots, but the Patriots still just end up squeezing out the division. We tie Buffalo, and we do not make it into the wild card. All of our practice squad players have been signed. Let's get our upgrades going. Quincy Wilson, we'll go ahead. I think you're slower. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep him as a slot corner, which would be the only thing we re-sign him for, because I know his contract is up. I just want to kind of see if there's anybody really big in here, and there is not. So we'll go ahead and auto-upgrade these guys and keep moving forward. We're going to go ahead and sim to the Super Bowl, and I just had a breaker flip, so I will be right back. All right, and now we are at the Super Bowl where it is New Orleans versus New England. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the yearly awards. NFL MVP goes to Ryan Tannehill to the 7-9 Titans. Cam Newton is in there again for the talk. Russell Wilson back in the talk. Patrick Mahomes in the talk. But we don't have anybody, so we're going to go into the AFC and see if Darnold did not make it in here, which doesn't surprise me. Defensive Player of the Year, though, in the AFC is CJ Mosley, followed by Terrell Edmonds. So a nice look there, getting CJ Mosley in for Player of the Year, or Defensive Player of the Year. And then Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Justin Herbert. Denzel Mims got into the talk. Chris Hogan. Patrick Queen winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. We had nobody. So best QB on our side. Nobody. Best running back. Le'Veon Bell makes it in to the talks. Best wide receiver. Jamison Crowder makes it into the talk. Offensive lineman. We didn't get anyone. Defensive lineman. Quentin Williams makes it into the talks. Linebackers. CJ Mosley. I still think that this is wrong. They should not have outside linebackers and middle linebackers in the same conversations for Players of the Year on this game. But CJ Mosley takes it. Defensive backs. We didn't have anybody in. And then our kicker, did he make it into the talk? He did not make it into the talk. Let's see what we have for player upgrades. Just CJ Mosley. Go ahead and pump him an extra field general. He is almost a 90 overall, but he also has that morale boost. So he's ranked number 7. And he's got some good stats for us. So we're going to go ahead. We want to keep him around. And let's see who wins the Super Bowl. I'm really hoping it's the Saints. And it is New England winning another Super Bowl. Cam Newton finally getting a Super Bowl victory. It looks like Aqib Talib has retired. Let's go ahead and look in here and see if we had anyone retire, just to see if there's any spots. Adrian Peterson is retired. Frank Gore retired. McLidden retires. And that's all that we have, which those two we were expecting. Steve McLidden, I wasn't sure. I'm really happy I didn't offer him a boogie amount of money that he was asking for. So that means we need to look at Avery Williamson. He's still got some kick. He didn't regress. Pure Desire did. Hogan definitely did. He lost some of that speed, and he lost a little bit of catching. Damian Harrison didn't regress too bad. So, since we're down, man, that's a big offer. I think I'd rather try to get him through free agency as opposed to... Now, Clay Matthews is not looking for a huge contract now that he's regressed a bit. So, I would be okay with a deal that small. Okay, he's not interested. See if maybe we can get Jordan Wills. Get him maybe on a 3-year extension. Pop that up just a wee bit. Alright, cool. So Jordan Wills is going to come back with us. Aside from that, I'm not seeing anybody worth us keeping. Like I said, Avery Williamson. Maybe. But he wants so much money, I'm not going to give that to him if we have CJ Mosley pretty much sitting out there. So we're going to go ahead, and I do want to look at where we are sitting with our starting lineup. We definitely need some receiver depth. We're going to be looking to see if maybe we can find an O-lineman. Definitely want some corners. And some line... Actually, we should be okay middle linebacker-wise. Maybe another outside linebacker on this left side. Definitely need D-tackle. D-tackle needs to be the first thing we focus on. So let's go ahead and look into the D-tackle room. Right now, Trent Williams is available with a superstar dev. He's getting a lot of bids. We also need running backs because we only have Le'Veon Bell and Adams in there. But we need to see... Una Ford, I don't think, would be too off from the Jets signing him, especially for like a 3-year deal. We'll go ahead and make that offer. I do want to see, yeah, Damon Harrison has quite a few offers. So bring in like maybe a veteran like Mike Daniels. Maybe knock him down a bit on that money. You know, he's only going to be playing for a season. He wants to play for a little bit longer. Looking to middle linebackers. Avery Williamson is getting a lot of offers, so we're not even going to attempt on him. Vrathan wouldn't be terrible to bring in. But I would like to find a run. So CJ Mosley actually goes up to a superstar for us after that first season, too. So I do want to take a look at that and see what he has. Blake Martinez available, but I'm not a big Blake Martinez fan. He's really slow. His tackling actually should not be that high. So maybe we'll wait until the draft. Let's see what we got for corners. I only want to bring in like a corner. Like a Joe Hayden wouldn't be too bad. He is a scheme fit, and he is a veteran. He's got all right coverages. I mean, he's not the quickest guy on the field. But knock down this asking price. Aging veteran corner, you know, he's not going to go for a huge amount. I mean, he'd be our number 3 anyway. Quentin Dunbar wouldn't be a terrible fit for us, but he's another one of those, you know, aging corners that... Let's see... Oh, we were talking about moving Troy Apke into the corner position as well. If we could pick up somebody like a Marcus Williams, who is a really nice scheme fit for what we're running. Good coverages, good speed. I'd offer him a little bit of money here. Maybe something like that for 5 years. He wants a 5-year deal. We'll keep our eye on that negotiation. We do not need anything in that safety position. Looking to quarterbacks. Jameis Winston available, but that's really it. We do need a backup. Maybe see if we can find somebody on a decently cheap deal. Maybe like an RG3. I mean, just a little 1-year deal for RG3 to sit in. Alvin Kamara on free agency. I would definitely take that. I don't think the Saints would actually let him walk, though. But that is a phenomenal replacement for, I mean, actually, no, because I think the Saints right now are talking about trading him. Kareem Hunt wouldn't even be too bad to bring in here. Philip Lindsay I'd even be alright with. But I do want to see if I can get Alvin Kamara. With nobody bidding on him, I'm okay with dropping this down to a lower ball deal. And then I do want to look into wide receivers. AJ Green, an aged veteran. Bringing somebody like him in would not be a terrible move as well, but he wants a 3-year deal. Not the quickest, but his hands would be all the difference for us. Jared Cook available. Jordan Reed available. I do want to look into this right side. and see if there's any offensive linemen that maybe I'd want to bring in, because that's our weaker side. Let's try for Gurman Eifed. We're not going to pay him that much. He is an aged veteran as well. Give him a short 2-year deal. He's okay with it. Nobody's putting any bids in on him. We need a backup center, which we could draft one in a mid to late round. So let's go ahead and let's put a bid down on AJ Green. He's probably not going to like anything we offer him. Only 38 total points, but he's not getting any offers right now, and that's going to pretty much do it for what we can put bids on. Go ahead and move forward a week and see if we get any of these signings. We got RG3, we got our D tackle. Ford rejected us, though, which will free up a little bit of cap room. Alvin Kamara's still thinking about it. Marcus Williams getting a really big bid. Miami is the one bidding against us. So I want to see where we sit at just the stock bid at 93. So we're going to have to really increase this. Maybe offer him a little over 7.5 mil. That's going to set us around where Miami is. So we bump this up just a touch more. We outbid Miami. AJ Green's still getting no offers, but we have a little bit more money to offer AJ Green now. We'll offer him a 3 mil. And see if maybe he'll take that. And then inside of our negotiations, there's no other ones we're losing. I hate having to shell out this kind of money for Marcus Williams, but he is going to be a solid solid safety for us. And we're still going to want to look. We still have the draft coming up that we're going to have a bunch of guys. We won Alvin Kamara. We got just about everybody at this point, except for AJ Green, who is still being a little difficult. Joe Hayden hasn't said okay yet either. They're both kind of, I think, still waiting to see if anybody else wants to put some money into them. We have a 5th-year option coming up. Sam Darnold. Oh. We'll put Sam on a 5th-year option. What's your opinion? It depends if you want to keep Darnold long-term. It's probably a good idea to lock him up for a 5th year. You have to keep him an extra year without negotiating a new contract, but we'll have to pay him like a top 10 player in this position for that year. If you think he's an elite player, then usually it makes sense to pick up his 5th year. We're going to pass. So, passing on the 5th-year option on Darnold, showing, we're not sold on the guy. All right, Joe Hayden and AJ Green both come to the roster. Offense is looking a little bit healthier now. This is going to really give Sam Darnold a chance to prove, hey, maybe you guys should have given me that 5th-year option because now I'm going to want a big contract. But he's going to have to prove it. Because he did not prove it to us this past season. And right now, all we're really looking at replacing now is our right tackle. George Fant's still there. But, I mean, we could put Lewis. No, Lewis is over here. So we don't really have anything that we can really put in. Defensive-wise, we're still looking at Blashawn Austin as our number 2. Let's go ahead and see how Troy Apke would do as a corner. Troy Apke is a 72 overall cornerback. And he's a scheme fit. His play recognition is not there for it, but I think it's a little bit better option than some of these guys that we have. Did get Nathan Shepard. And we got Mike Daniels. I think Nathan Shepard was already here. He's an edge rusher. So we definitely want to pick up a defensive tackle with our first pick. CJ Mosley has under pressure. Defenders with this ability can apply pressure to the quarterback from greater distances. He's also got stone wall. Defenders with this ability will frequently prevent additional yardage gains while tackling, which is actually going to be really, really good for our middle linebacker situation. A lot of this is going to get readjusted anyway after the draft. But AJ Green gives us a much better set of hands, a more reliable receiver for Sam Darnold to be able to throw the ball to. I could see the Jets signing him for a few years, as they like to do, which would help develop Denzel Mims a little bit if Cincinnati decides they don't want to keep him around. Also, we have a ton of Coach XP, so let's go ahead and spend that, because I forgot all about spending that Coach XP. We're going to go ahead and grab this and Master Trade Negotiator. And we're going to do Defensive Back Booster to help with Bashawn Austin back there. So let's go ahead and start this draft. Miami gets the number 1 and number 2 pick. And they're going to pick up left tackle out of Oregon, Denise Swell. And they're also going to take right end Gregory Rasura. Raiders are going to take a left outside linebacker, Micah Parsons out of Penn State. Dylan Moses goes in the first round, so let's go ahead and make our first pick. There's quite a few positions that we really could use, but nothing more than a defensive tackle. So, let's look at your combine. You're actually looking really talented, and you're a scheme fit run stopper. So, we're going to go ahead and go with Jalen Twayman out of Pittsburgh. 22 years old, 307 pounds, 74 overall, hidden development trait, ranked number 17 in the draft. We got him at number 5. Really strong player, looks really athletic, quick. I'd say that's actually, for us, a really good pick starting out this draft. So let's see who the Vikings take. They're going to take a guard. There goes Jamar Chase. Now, this is where it gets really tricky, because we still have all the number 1 draft pick quarterbacks sitting here. And the rest of our roster, besides D tackle, we don't really need to pick up another defensive tackle right now. I mean, we could use a few O linemen, but there's nothing really at right tackle. Our center is still okay for this year, and we definitely don't need another, like, phenomenal left tackle. And we just picked up AJ Green. We do need a speedster wide receiver. But we could probably get one of those next round, because we have really early second round, or no, we have a mid-round pick on that. But getting a new quarterback is just... Trevor Lawrence looking really phenomenal, and he's 20 years old. Justin Fields is 21, actually looking like the most athletic. And Trey Lance, break slack, throw power, and throw on the run are his top traits. Throw power, throw accuracy short, and throw accuracy medium. Or we could try to hold off for Kyle Trask. He's 22 years old. I mean, that's a huge age gap. I'm really feeling Justin Fields, though, because he does have accuracies. We're going to move on from Sam Darnold. Not impressed with him last season. He's a 75 overall, hidden dev trait, ranked number 12. Got him at 13. Actually, really good. Much better throw power, or 2 overall better throw power than Sam Darnold. Better accuracies. And we can use Sam Darnold, actually, if we really want. I could see if we could trade somebody here. Washington might be looking for a quarterback. So let's see what Washington might want. for that first round draft pick. Because they're looking for a QB. So they could be interested in Sam Darnold. It's going to free us up quite a bit of cap room. And they are interested in Darnold. Just about there. So we could probably sweeten this deal. They're also looking for a left tackle. We're not going to give him up. Left outside linebacker. Zanugua. Let's see if maybe Zanugua will do it. And they're going to take that. That gives them another left outside linebacker. So that brings us up to the next pick. And that's another D tackle taken. And let's just see what all's still left on the field. Jalen Waddle is actually still available. Really good deep threat, which would allow us to move Jamison Crowder permanently to the slot and put AJ Green up as our starting wideout. And have one of these guys sit under Denzel Mims. Both 21 years old. Both have decent 40-yard dashes. Do have one more D tackle that we could look at. Or an offensive lineman. We did not pick up an offensive lineman in the first round. Let's go ahead and go with Creed Humphrey. Very strong, athletic-looking center. He has a 76 overall, ranked number 7 in true talent. He actually might be our day 1 starter for center. We're just going to skip ahead to round 2. Let's see what all is left. Tylan Wallace still available, ranked number 10 in speed. Catch and release and spectacular catch being his top traits. Let's go ahead and grab him up because we do need another receiver. 73 overall, also has a hidden dev trait, ranked number 22. We got him at number 45. 92 speed, which is a lot quicker, I think, than anybody else we have. And that's our only pick in the second round. So let's go ahead and make our third round pick. We're going to go straight for defense because we need some defensive players. We're going to look straight at D tackles. Darius Stills is still here. He's a run stopper scheme fit. I'd like to get somebody a little bit stronger, and that's looking like Darian Mathis out of Alabama. 21 years old. Stills is 22, so we'll go ahead and take Mathis here. 67 overall. That's starting caliper. 87 strength, so he's got a good amount of strength on him. Pretty healthy guy. Decent power moves. Okay finesse moves. And our next pick is at number 13. We still got some wide receivers sitting here. This is just a huge draft class for us. There's 2 fullbacks. We could probably draft one of them. We could use a backup left tackle. I feel like it's something we'd get in a later round. Unless there's a right tackle here that I'd convert over. We're still in the third round, so I do still want to get some decent value for my picks. Outside linebacker's not really holding much on that side, but over here on the right side, we do have a decent looking outside linebacker. Projected as a second round pick. Hidden dev, ranked number 57, got him at 77. We're actually hitting the nail on the head here, guys, with these draft picks. So our next pick is in the 4th round. Let's see what type of value we can get out of here with. There is another deep threat wide receiver as a second round prediction. Falling all the way to the 4th. We're sitting on 3 defensive tackles. We didn't end up grabbing any corners. But we're sitting pretty stacked in the cornerback room. We're sitting pretty stacked actually on a lot of our defensive positions. So let's go ahead and look at offensive linemen again. We're going to get a backup left tackle. Not too terrible. I mean, our first swing and a miss, a 65 overall, normal dev trait, 86 strength, which isn't bad. He's definitely backup. He could technically be a starter with a little bit of development. but we'll take that as our backup. Now, this is where we're going to start running into problems finding good value. Maybe Elijah Molden? Doesn't look to be too bad of a corner, but we don't need another corner. Stay away from it, Irony. We could go with another O lineman, another outside linebacker. We're in the 4th, though. We could grab a right guard. He's strong, number 3 in the class. 4th round projection. Number 102, got him at 117, so decent value for him. Decently strong. I mean, he has a higher chance at being injured, but he's probably going to just be a backup. So now we're into the 5th round. We're going to go ahead and look at fullbacks. We've got 2 of them here. I don't even think a fullback's worth it. They're hardly used. Doesn't look like we have any wide receivers scouted. I don't know what all of our scouting points are spent on at this point. Offensive linemen. We just drafted. We've drafted 3. I really don't think it's necessary to draft any more. We could get another defensive tackle. Fill up that defensive tackle position because we do need at least one more. But I think I can hold off at least one more round. Middle linebacker actually is not a bad idea. We've only got 2 active. But they're not projected to go for at least another round. So it's looking like D-tackle's probably the best way to go. We'll go ahead and get Tonga. And he's a bit of a reach. Ranked 151 in true talent. Got him at 141. Reached out a little bit for him. Not too bad. I'm not going to complain. We have one more 5th round pick. We could use that. And it looks like a middle linebacker just got grabbed up. So there's only 2 middle linebackers left. We're going to go ahead and grab up Deshaun White. I know it's going to be a stretch piece, but he's also just a backup. He's just a depth player for us. Maybe work him into rotations a little bit, but there's nothing solidified for him on staying on this team for an extended amount of time. Now we're into the 6th round. I know Clay Matthews is still on the team for a year. We just re-signed him. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. A lot of 7th rounds. We have another right guard. I mean, I guess we could put him in left guard or just practice squad him. Either one would work. He's a 65 overall. Actually, a really good pick. Decent pass blocker. Going to be a lot of shifting through here when it comes down to it. Okay, we got a punter and a kicker. There's just not going to be a whole lot left in value for this last pick. There's a 5th round projected edge rusher. Go ahead and grab him. 64 overall. 22 years old. Kind of quick. That might help us a little bit on that D line. And that's the last of our picks, so we'll just go ahead and sim it to the end of the draft. So we are at a 79 base offense, 79 base defense. Let's go ahead and generate our lineup here. Crowder's going to really move his way down. We're going to bring Wallace up. Denzel Mims is also going to move up. I don't think AJ Green's going to last around too long. But Crowder's going to move way down on the depth chart. He's going to get buried. I think he's still a pretty decent sized cap hit. We're going to bring Humphrey up because he's a hidden dev. You know, we got our backups going in here. We didn't get a right tackle, though, but we did get a good starting center. We could always convert one of these guys. Actually, our previous center would actually do really good right there. We'll go ahead and drop him in that spot. We've got a backup tackle now. Love is our 3rd string, or 4th string there. I'm not seeing Clay Matthews. Maybe I had let Clay Matthews walk? But I could have sworn I had re-signed Clay Matthews. Either way, LaShawn Austin is definitely going to be our number 2. Troy Apke as number 3. Our slot corner is Brian Poole. So that keeps LaShawn Austin in the starting lineup. What we might actually do is if Brian Poole is going to be our slot corner, we're going to make Troy Apke stay as number 3, but we're going to bring Joe Hayden in as number 2. No, we'll keep Apke as number 2 because he's quicker. I want to be able to have that speed. We definitely want this D tackle as our starter. Get him his snaps. But overall, I don't think we had a terrible draft for our first season, guys. I think we ended up getting what we need to really improve this team. Free agency, I think, was a big hit. We got AJ Green, Alvin Kamara. Ended up trading out Sam Darnold. Got Joe Hayden as a backup. Got Marcus Williams here for our starting free safety, which is actually a big improvement from what we had between Troy Apke and Sean Davis. So that's going to do it for this stream and this episode, guys. I know it's really long. It's longer than I have been. I do this around my kids' naps. So that's why I stream at the times that I do. Unless the wife's home. But we definitely, I think, made a step forward in a better direction. Getting rid of Sam Darnold, I think, was probably a good thing. So that means I'm going to have to change that thumbnail. And do some updating. Because now we're running Justin Fields. So maybe we'll see a picture of our new quarterback in the next thumbnail. We got an X Factor now on the offense. We have a superstar on the offense. Possibly 2 X Factors or a few superstars. We can hope. And still working on getting an X Factor on the defense. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you everybody who joined into the stream. And thank you everyone who is watching after the stream. I'm going to make sure I save it in the right file this time, guys. So don't forget to share it. You know, I have a whole playlist with this series in it that we've started. My flashback series is actually done. I'm probably not going to finish that one up. But this rebuild is started. There's a playlist for it. I think this will make the 3rd episode in it. Hit the like button. Let me know you're enjoying the series. Anybody that is on PC and has a Discord, I have an invite in there that you can join. And I will catch you guys later.